Afternoon and welcome to the Fourth Side. I'm your host, Amon Hawkins. The Fourth Side is powered by UVA Community Credit Union, well, sponsored by UVA Community Credit Union, and powered by Keswi. I'm so excited. I almost got the sponsors reversed, but it's Tech Week. We here. Yes, we are here. And fans, I need you here in the chat. So on Facebook and Twitter, make sure you send in your questions. Make sure you send in your comments because you know how important it is for us side. We can't travel to Lane Stadium, but we have to show our support for the team. And speaking of Lane Stadium, it's been like close to 380 days since we stopped the streak, right? And the Cup returned home. And with us returning to Lane, and with this being Virginia Tech, and with this photo behind me, I had to invite the guy who is responsible for that photo, like the Picasso of that painting, the last quarterback to win at Lane Stadium in 1998. A guy that a lot of people don't usually hear from, but I'm privy to hear from him a lot. And I'm talking about, can y'all roll the tape who we bringing in? There we go. We bringing in the one and only Aaron Brooks, one of the all-time greats here at UVA at quarterback. When you talk about top 5 dead or alive quarterbacks at UVA, you got to talk about number 11, Aaron Brooks. AB, man, how's it been going for you?
Awesome intro, man. And by the way, Picasso, I don't know. I was just trying to do my job, man.
Well, a lot of folks don't know, man. Aaron is very humble, so I've been talkative around him since I was a little league player at Anderson Park, since he played for my father at Pony League in baseball, and when he got me to come to UVA, because I was headed to Florida, but if it wasn't for this guy, I wouldn't have came for UVA. So, again, he's responsible for that, Aaron. So, first of all, man, how have you been dealing with COVID and just the pandemic and as a whole?
It's been challenging at times, but it's been really awesome. We're a very close-knit family. My wife and 3 kids, we are. And, every day, it's always a challenge because, you got to cook, you got to clean, and the kids are in the house. The kids are doing virtual. But it's been an awesome experience. It really has put our focus more so on family than the other things that's happening outside of these closed walls. So, I just feel bad for the kids. They don't get to do the things they were accustomed to doing prior to the COVID pandemic. But and we all make it do, and we all happy over here, and we're excited for the new year to come in because, as we say around here, 2020 just sucks, man. So, so we just looking for a fresh year, fresh start, and looking forward to better things in the future.
Yeah, and I definitely got to look forward to the future. And while I got you on, we got to take a trip to the past, down memory lane. Your great playing days at UVA started back when you backed up Mike Groh in 95, became a full-time starter in 97 and 98, 5,100 yards passing, 33 touchdowns.
As
a starter, you were versus Virginia Tech. The first game was here at home when you lit them up for 300. We seeing the Peach Bowl right here against that great Georgia defense. A lot of people don't know you was very mobile and fast, man. That was back in the day where, quarterback stayed in the pocket and threw the ball. But I always tell folks, you could pick them up and put them down as well. Look at T. Wilk right there. Ooh, look at T. And then the throw that hit me in the face that created this painting. You came from Ferguson High School, mentored by Tommy Riemann. Just talk about just your journey at UVA and playing for the great George Wells.
Yeah, my experience at UVA was it was a little rocky at first. I just had a hard time in the beginning. And what I mean by that, it was just trying to find myself, trying to find where I could fit in, where I belong in terms of obviously being on campus. UVA is a pretty large school, big campus. But I think over the years it got better and better. Well, I know it got better and better because of the fact that guys like yourself and the guys that I played with, our freshman class, and to name a few, obviously Anthony Poindexter, Jermaine Crowell, Terrence Wilkins, and then you had the likes of Wally Rayner and the guys that came before me, such as James Ferry and Jamie Sharper. And so it was obviously Tiki and Rondé as well. But as the years progressed, we came in with a sense of confidence, and where we played, the way we played, we wanted to basically exude that confidence on the football field as well as around on campus. And I think we really accomplished that in a way that really made other teams respect us. I felt like the community, UVA community, really gravitated to us in terms of the things that we were able to accomplish. And so that led into wins after season in terms of wins. And more importantly, we all understood and realized that the biggest game in UVA history is against the Virginia Tech Hokies. And so I took that with a lot of pride. And so with those stats and highlights that you just showed, well, the highlights that just showed, the stats speak for itself, and obviously the wins came behind them. So although it was a rocky start at the beginning, it turned out to be a really great experience at the end.
Definitely, man. Definitely, AB, you definitely made the best of it. And you talked about how Virginia Tech game was so important to us, how leave up to Coach Wilmer, all the rivals was important to us, from UNC to Maryland. But that Virginia Tech game, just getting back to the essence of beating your in-state rival. And that 98 season, I just remember when we had to go on the road to Auburn, I always tell folks, man, you made it easy to play because you was always calm. You had the calm demeanor. You were level-headed. Where did that come from? Because a lot of times quarterbacks could get rattled, but even in 97, you always kept a calm demeanor.
And you're right, and all the coaches gave us that understanding how important each game was that we played. Real quickly, I was the type to really go into the media guide and look at UVA's record against that opponent. So when you say against Clemson, where we only beat them one time, team history over the years, I took it personal. So we went down to Death Valley, did what we had to do, knocked them off. They came to VA, we knocked them off. And so those type of things that the coaches instilled in us made me look deeper into the record books to kind of even the series up or continue what's been there prior to being there. To the second point, I believe it was more about what, Virginia Tech, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It was about Auburn. So
how we started out, because
the calm demeanor. Okay, so
yeah.
Man, I'm just full of confidence when it comes to competition, man. It just exudes in me. So I knew in order for my teammates to have that same type of confidence, I have to be even keel, meaning I had to be like cool, calm, and collect. I couldn't get too high. I couldn't get too low in the huddle to convey the play or the things that I want a particular player to do. Because as a quarterback, I knew more than obviously other players on the team. And, once that was conveyed in the huddle, and then we had success on that play, that really lifted our spirits. It always gave us as a team the confidence. And even when we were down, there were other players that understood that what we needed to do. So it was probably a mental sharpness or focus that I always had to make sure that I'm not the one that's all rocky, riding that roller coaster. Because if I'm riding that roller coaster, pretty much everybody's gonna ride the roller coaster, or I'm gonna be replaced, and that wasn't gonna happen. And so that was really instrumental. I think that came from the confidence I had within myself, and in my teammates the minute the ball was snapped.
Yeah, man. And you talk about your calm demeanor, knowing more than everybody else, and beating Clemson. I'm glad you said talk about beating Clemson because you beat them down there in Death Valley. They came to us in '98. We beat them, and you made people look good, especially receivers. You know they call throw receivers open or trusting your receiver. We can go to a clip where you trusted me when I ran a nice and trashy hitch and go, real old school style, and you still threw the ball anyway. And I don't know how I made the catch. But the main thing I was thinking was, man, if this get picked off, AB and them gonna let me have it. So, what did you think when you let the ball go? Did you like, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have thrown that?
Anytime you have one-on-one with a receiver and cornerback, I just have the utmost, feeling that we're going to make the play. And so if I don't throw it, then you don't have an opportunity to make a play. And so as you see, when the ball was thrown, the defender had his back turned. And so that gave you an opportunity to adjust to the ball accordingly. But at the same time, you got one-on-one out there. You got to give your player a chance, I was gutsy at times, but at the same time, I just believed in all of you guys, man. And that was my key to all of our successes. That as a quarterback, I have to show the utmost respect and confidence in all of my teammates.
No, definitely, man. I got some comments from the fans. AB, while we up here, we got Jamie on Facebook. She says I was there, or it might be a man. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I was there the last time we beat Tech in '98 in the Streaks End. Mitzi on Facebook says, "Go Who's beat Virginia Tech." Shout out to Debo Jordan and Brandon Blakeney tuning in on Facebook, and also shout out to Todd Carlisle. So once your career was done in '98, we go to the Peach Bowl. Came up short, but valiant effort. You were drafted by the Green Bay Packers. Got to learn from the great Brett Favre before transitioning to the New Orleans Saints. And before it was Drew Brees, it was Aaron Brooks. Talk about your time in New Orleans and just elevating that city to competing, playing against Mike with the Falcons. But, man, you had some special seasons in New Orleans. What was that like?
I don't get there if I don't have the relationship and the time I had my last 2 years in UVA. I don't get there because you guys helped me get there. So I didn't do it all by myself, although I was very gifted. But in New Orleans, I mean, that's just a special place, and I guess at the end of the day, I was more ready than I thought I was. And again, I'm a very highly competitive individual who just love to compete. And, with the God-given talent of the strength of my arm and brains, that I was thrust in a situation to whereas many young quarterbacks do not get that opportunity to really showcase their talent in the NFL. And my success came very early, within a year and a half, as a fourth-round draft pick. And, I go back and I look at it. My first pass was an interception to Charles Woodson. But my second pass was a touchdown to Willie Jackson. And that same game, I threw for 441 yards against the Raiders in 3.5 quarters. So it took off like a rocket ship. And next thing you know, I was landing I was amongst the stars, and it was amazing. And so from there, it was just about how far can we go. We had a chance to get in. We had a chance to get in the playoffs, and we got in, and we ended up beating the greatest show on turf, and that was amazing. And from there on, it was just how good can you make this football team? We fell short pretty much every year, one game short under circumstances. But at the same time, it was just an amazing ride, and I was around some amazing football players, and it was just a really, really great time in New Orleans because I was able to have success early in my career.
Definitely, man. Skeet Jones. You know Skeet. Skeet said what's up. He on Facebook. AB, man, I forgot to tell the producers because a lot of people don't know this, but when you went to the pro, you participated in the longest throw competition. I had the video, and I didn't give it to them to upload, but you would have played that cool. But I do have that on file. I just want to let you know when you showed everybody how strong your arm was. How was that? How was that being in that event, man? Being amongst guys like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and all those guys.
It's cool, man. It was like a laid back atmosphere. We was out in Hawaii, and like I said, it was Peyton. It was the young Tom Brady, Jeff Garcia, Doug Flutie, Jake Plummer. I mean, it was lit, to say the least. But then you had one of my greatest quarterbacks that I looked up to was Warren Moon was there too. So yes. that was like super excited. I was super excited, and so he and Boomer Sasson was there on the side as as alumni of the game. But again, it was a competition event, and we was having fun. But deep down, we were all trying to win too. We were all trying to win, and so this particular event came up with the longest throw, and so you had to keep the ball in bounds within about about 15 yards, and you had to throw as far as you could, and guys went. I was like, man, what they doing? That's nothing. So I did my old baseball crow hop, and let it go, man, and it was. It just went and went and went, and it dropped down to about 72 yards. It was like, that'll do it.
Hey, that's a wrap. Hey, man. So you go on, the Saints Hall of Fame 2014. Had they honored you here yet at UVA? Okay, we're going to get
No, I don't think I did enough to be honored.
No, hey, let me talk for you. Hey, man, but look, while we up here, a couple fellas from the 757, I'm talking to a great in Aaron Brooks. We're going to bring another great from the 757 that protected guys like yourself, Elton Brown, to come in and also chime in about Virginia Tech. Hey, Elton, what's up, man? Your beard look good.
What's going on, fellas? Glad to be here. Glad to be back. I said this is my second time, so I'm glad to be back, especially, like I said, amongst legends.
That's that right there. That guy's the legend. A-B. Beginning of the alphabet right there. So, Elton, man, we talking about Virginia Tech Week. You got a picture with the full trophy before it became the cup, right? Then you have a picture with standing with that. How was it for you, leading up to Virginia Tech Week and just knowing that they was on the schedule and beating them?
Coming to Virginia, you're excited to play everybody. So, but you always circle. At that time, it was around Thanksgiving, so you always circle that Thanksgiving game because it meant more to you. Growing up in the 757, a lot of guys were either going to UVA or they were going to Tech. So you knew it was about bragging rights at home as well as in the state. So it meant a lot. And to follow guys like you guys, knowing that you guys had done it. And at the time, I was a junior when I finally broke through it and got that win. It was amazing, man, because being a part of UVA history, you have to win that game. To be considered a great in UVA history, you got to win that game at least one time in your career. And so for us to come from what we did the first year, we got blown out in the first half. We went in the locker room. A lot of people don't know Al Grove made us take off everything. So, we came back in the second half. We actually played pretty good. The next year we went up to Blacksburg struggled a little bit. But going into my junior season, I knew the team that we had, we could run the ball against anybody. And to beat Virginia Tech at that time, you had to be able to run the ball against them. And once we were able to do that, and then our play action opened up, it was lights out. I think it was 35-21 or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely had to run the football. But I believe the 2 games in which AB started, his arm led the way because they loaded the box. They wanted to dare him. Bud and wanted to dare AB to beat him, and he called their bluff. So before we let AB get out of here, AB, first of all, can you share what you're doing now? I know you're is it residential or commercial development, or is it both? And do you have any last words of encouragement for the team traveling to Lane and winning in that stadium? I know it's a 2-part. It's like a check with me.
Yeah, no problem. Real estate development. I'm focused primarily on commercial. Obviously, with COVID, the pandemic going on right now, there's really not many options or really much for us to do at this point. Although there are opportunities out there. On the residential side, I'm still doing it. I'm interested in it, but it's more on the multifamily unit side as opposed to single family. But over the last several months, just really had to take a step back and really just stay close to the family. And so I just want to always be there for my kids, and my wife. And so that's primarily been my focus, but I'm still in the game. I'm still going to be part of the game in terms of the real estate. Looking into tomorrow, man, look, I tell you, look, you better have that same confidence I had and all of us had when we played the game. You're not going to have any fans there, but who cares? The focus got to be there. The understanding of why this game is important needs to be there. It's a rivalry game. And, what's better to walk away from any stadium or any situation, no matter who you play, having bragging rights over them. Stay focused. Do what's asked of you. Don't try to do too much. Let the game come to you. Understand the game. See what's happening in the game. You may want to share some of that advice with your coaches, telling the coaches what they're doing defensively or offensively to you to make you not be able to perform the play or execute the play appropriately. So, in closing, man, just have extreme, supreme confidence, play your heart out, and everything will take care of itself, man. Leave it all on the field. At the end of the day, leave it all on the field, and we'll see what it be.
Definitely, man. And AB, man, I definitely appreciate your time, bro. I appreciate my visit of the talk of just showing me how important it was to come to UVA, and I'm just honored that I'm forever connected with you, man, because, knowing you since I was young, looking up to you since I was young, you definitely mean a lot to me. Just want to give you your flowers, tell you I love you, and I appreciate all you done, man, and keep doing what you're doing and keep inspiring, man.
Great job on the show, man. Doing a wonderful job. It's an excellent show, man. You guys keep it up, man. One love, the UVA community. Peace.
Appreciate it, man. And Elton's going to stick around. He got picked because he want to still talk about if LeBron better than Jordan, but we're going to go to our first break. We'll be right back on the Fourth Side.
You'll find we have a way about us. It comes from being unafraid of the hard things, never losing sight of the little things. And when all is said and done, coming together to enjoy the good days. Because every inch, every number, every call we earn. For the salt of the coast, for the stones of the capital, for the hug of Skyline Drive, for all Virginia.
Welcome back to the Fourth Side. I'm your host, Amon Hawkins. This is episode 13. We just had the great Aaron Brooks up here. Clap it up. We had AB on the show, baby. Y'all just don't know. Don't too many people see my bro in person like that. He said family first, last, always like Bronco, and he's serious. Okay, so AB on the Tizoo. Make sure you share with everybody. Facebook, Twitter. Make sure you get up in these comment sections. That's thank Aaron Brooks for being up here. But I got my arch nemesis is back for the picks of the ACC. we got the bearded one, Rick Rose, Elton Brown. You ready for these picks, man?
And let's go. I think we're gonna be pretty similar this week, though. But
I don't want to hear that. I
it.
don't want to hear that. No, we're not doing that. We are adversaries right now.
Who's better, Jordan or LeBron?
First up, number 17 UNC versus number 10 Miami 330 ABC. Bowl implications, possibly the New Year's 6. Who you got, Elton? You got the Kane or you got Howell?
To the rivalry, I'll never pick UNC. So that's one of those, what they call it, the South's deepest rivalry. So I'm never gonna go with those guys. But no, I think Miami will come out and get the win. Miami's been playing pretty solid defense. The thing that's been hurting UNC all year has been drops at critical parts of the game. So hopefully it doesn't show up because we got some 757 guys there. Hopefully they can come out and make a statement. And I would always go with my 757 guys, but the football guy in me will say Miami will get this win and go to 9-1.
Yeah, you make a compelling case. Your argument is pretty much solid. But in every debate, it's a but. And I'm going with Daz Newsom because he's from the 757. I'm going with Howell. I'm going with Boogie Brown out there running deep. I think just got too much offensive firepower, and I know the defense has been struggling, but I still believe in Chad Surratt, the middle linebacker, to make sure King stays in the pocket. So I see UNC winning down there in Miami Gardens for this game. So we on track. We opposites. We always got to be opposites because he's my adversary. Next up, the ACC Championships. Sunshine returns for Clemson versus Notre Dame in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's for all the chips. 3 versus 2? Yeah, 3 versus 2. Who you got? They're running it back.
This is going to be a tough one. Again, pulling on my 757 roots. One of the best defensive players in the nation right now, Owusu. Yes. I actually coached him when he was 10 years old in youth football. And to watch him mature and watch him grow as a football player has been amazing. But Sunshine is back, man. And what those guys were able to do without him the last time, put themselves in position to actually win that game, came up a little bit short. I think he makes the difference. I think Clemson takes this one. But I am pulling for my young guy Owusu too, and the Notre Dame guys. But I think Clemson will pull this one out.
Yeah, we're on the same mindset here. I think for as much as Notre Dame can do, being balanced on offense and defensively, I think Sunshine makes a difference. The playbook wasn't as open with the young quarterback, even though he threw for a lot of yards. But the decision making, the play calling, and the weapons wouldn't be utilized the same as with Trevor Lawrence at quarterback. So I see Clemson winning this game. And it's so unfortunate because now if Notre Dame lose, they won't be in the top 4, but Clemson still has a shot because they lost early. So it lets you know if you're going to lose early. We got to cheer for the ACC. As the producer said, we got to go ACC because Notre Dame is a stepchild right now because they transition out next year. And last but not least, before we get to this, Jordan or LeBron? Okay.
Now, I'm also a realist too. So when we talk about the best basketball player the NBA has ever seen, it's LeBron. The best competitor that the NBA has ever seen is Michael Jordan. So when you say the complete basketball player, we're talking about rebounds, we're talking about steals, we're talking about defense. Man, we still say, everybody say, man, he's 4-6. But in 3 of those finals, he was playing with guys from the YMCA too.
You done?
Yeah, I'm going to let you go now.
Okay, all right. I'm not picking. All right, next up we got Virginia versus Virginia Tech, presented by Red Diamond Coffee and Tea. Red Diamond Coffee and Tea. Can y'all send Elton Brown some of my special blend for saying that LeBron was better? He put a caveat around it, please. Red Diamond Coffee and Tea. They got the special Ball Hawk blend we sending to Elton Brown. Virginia versus Virginia Tech. What does Virginia need in order to win in Lane since 1998 to maintain possession of the cup that we had for 378 days, I think now.
Continue to keep being who we are. With this year being so unpredictable, I think we've done a good job of kind of just focusing on the task at hand. We had some games where we could have won, and we should have. We didn't. Losing one of our best defensive players is also, that's brutal. That's 2 years in a row where that type of situation happened. But I think right now is the time that we can take this and move this streak to 2-0. Just continue to do what we do, play defense, manage the clock on offense, and get out of there. It's always hard to play there, but it's always hard to play there because of the fans. It's no fans. So now we're just going in as your neighborhood versus my neighborhood, and let's see who's the best team. And I think we show up, how I used to do back in the day, take a white tee and draw your number on the mark on the shirt. So we go in the lane with our marked up shirts, man, to try to go get this win.
Not the neighborhood versus the neighborhood analogy. Oh my God. What you Glenn Gardens and Wood song guy? Hey, Steve Spears says, stop the run, stop the Hokies. I agree with him. The no fans comment, you hit the nail on the head. Hopefully, no fans at Lane could be like Duke. I got Coach K not wanting to play until fans can return. So everybody will hear my keys to the game next. But we heard what Big E said. We got his picks. We appreciate his time. Big E, anything you want to say to the guys up front who've been playing at a high level? And I know you love to talk to the offensive lineman and Coach 2J. What you got to say to the boys up front versus this front for Virginia Tech before we get you out of here?
Continue to impose your will. One of the things that I always wanted to do, and it's a testament to guys like you and AB. I saw how you guys led. And to me, being from the 757, I wanted to be that guy. And so every time I stepped on the field through my play, I wanted to be a leader. And I knew it all started up front. So I knew if I dominated my man up front, that was how our day was going to go. And so I won more battles than I lost. But those guys up front, just do what you're there to do. And in this game, you do it a little more. You slow to get off the pile. You use guys to get up a lot more often. You put guys in the dirt, man, and playing this position is special. It was special to me, especially playing for the Cavaliers and representing my home state school. This is the game right here, man. This is the game where you make your mark and you leave your legacy. So just continue to do what you do, push guys around, push guys after the whistle, if, within the reason. I told them the first thing I did my junior year, Jimmy Williams he was my quarterback in high school. First play of the game, we threw a quick screen. I went and hit him in the back late on the first play of the game, but it was a tone setter, and I told guys I was going to do it. But that's what you get in this game. After the game's over, we go back to being brothers. We go back to being a happy family. But when that whistle's blown, man, it's UVA versus Tech, man. We get after it.
Definitely, man. Hey, you get 115. You better make it count. So I appreciate my man Elton Brown joining us for the pick'ems and also joining us in the segment with Aaron Brooks. EB, man, good luck to you. With your shutdown Falcons organization. That's your organization, right? Because it's so many. I want to make sure I said it right. Shutdown
757, and then I'm also, of course, coaching at Apprentice School. So right now I'm actually in the office now. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys having me again. I always like to come on and debate with you. I wish we could have had more debate today, but
I know.
It was always a great time.
All right, brother. Well, much love to you, man. As always, appreciate the time. Wahoo fans, let's head into our last break before we break down my keys to Virginia defeating Virginia Tech. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Fourth Side. I'm your host, Amar Hawkins. Appreciate my legendary guest that I had today. First, Aaron Brooks joined the show. Then Elton Brown joined us for the pick'ems, and he still tried to, sell me that LeBron's better than Michael Jordan, but it's okay. It's okay, man. Fans, continue to interact in the chat. I'll try to shout you out as much as I can, but now it's time. I can't say it because he copyrighted, so I can't say the other buffer in the UFC, but it's time to break down Virginia versus Virginia Tech. We step into the nest, presented by Charlottesville Chevy, keys to the game. And I got that truck. I really don't. First is Run, Run, Rudolph. It's a holiday edition. The Hokies lead the ACC with nearly 240 yards rushing a game, 5.6 yards per carry. Second, Jingle Bell Rock. It's 2020, so we're not going to be hearing a lot of jingling keys on third down, so we got to take advantage of that. We definitely got to take advantage of no keys jingling. I wish they would lose their keys and got to walk home in the cold. Then you got, they producers think they slick. They know I don't do well with pronouncing every word, so I'm going to let y'all read what that third line say. That literally means for old time's sake. Why you just ain't right old time's sake? Why you do this to me live all the time? Old time's sake. That means, what that mean? Big plays, explosive plays. Perkins 39-yard run, Perkins 67-yard run, 25-yard touchdown to Kemp. The C stiff arm. Look at that. You saw what we did. BP is with the Rams now. Billy Kemp, he's still here. He don't wear 80 anymore. He wear number 4, but he made it look good. Another number 80 scoring versus Virginia Tech. And here's the stiff arm that gave us the cup right here. Hassis Dubois. Big plays. Eli Handback with the sack. Oh, it's a tune for an old song. So they said the last verse was a tune to the good old song. I'm sorry. And, we want to celebrate on their end. There's no fans, no keys jingling. But in all seriousness, I think Coach Bronco Mendenhall and the staff and the players understand the importance of beating Virginia Tech. We righted the ship in which we focus on beating Virginia Tech. You got a taste of the cup. And the great thing about success is it's addictive. You want to continue to be successful, and you want to hold hostage that cup. That didn't sound right. You want to hold the cup hostage. I'm just excited. Hey, look, 13th episode of The Fourth Side. We appreciate each and everybody that's participated. Will this be the last episode of the year? I don't know. But if it is, your support has been phenomenal. The players, the coaches, the administrators, they definitely appreciate you guys tuning in, leaving your comments, sharing the show. Appreciate all the guests, all the legends for returning. Appreciate the producers for always stumping me with something every week to see if I could be like Bruce Lee and water and flow with it. I thank them. Y'all don't know how much they mess with me behind the scenes, but we got to beat the Hokies. We got to beat the Hokies. Keep the cup here with all them national championships. They got a lot of brothers and sisters with them here with the national championship and that Commonwealth Cup. Until next time, man, it's the Fourth Side, and we out.